The following assignment meets Early Childhood Education Standard 11, Examine Developmentally Appropriate Learning Environments, Learning Centers. Arrange the physical environment to facilitate planned and spontaneous indoor and outdoor activities. Today, our assignment focuses on the indoor environment. We will be utilizing the Classroom Designer tool through Lakeshore Learning. We begin by opening the Classroom Design document located on your desktop or flash drive. As you can see the document open, it lists the standards that we're working on and gives you a brief overview of the assignment, including the grading criteria. So what we're going to do is use the Lakeshore Learning Classroom Designer tool in order to create a developmentally appropriate indoor classroom. Your room will be created and designed to accommodate 12 children with a room size minimum of 24 feet by 24 feet. You may choose to design your room for an infant, a toddler, or preschool classroom. In order to get started, we need to open the Designer tool. The link is here for you. If you press Control and click on the link, it should open up in Internet Explorer. If you do have a problem, you can also copy and paste the link. Using the Minimize Maximize button, we're going to make this bigger. If you've never used this tool before, there is an instructions button here. Another window opens and will answer any questions you have about working with the tool, but it's a pretty easy tool to utilize, and I think after my brief overview you'll be able to get it. The first thing I want you to do is view a sample room. So I'm going to choose the Early Head Start Toddler room. The disclaimer comes up that some items have been discontinued. That's not a concern of ours, so we're going to just click past that. You can see the areas that have been laid out for the kids in this classroom. We don't know what some of these things look like until we click on them, and then we see a picture open up in the left-hand corner and the descriptor underneath. Here we have rugs, and then we have our center labels. Those are going to be important for you to add to your design also. So it looks like a pretty easy tool to use. One of the things you won't see is some items don't have pictures. For instance, sinks and things like that. Those are pretty much facility staples, and they're not necessarily going to have a picture for them. So now we're going to go on to create a new room. So I'm going to click Create a New Room. I do not want to save this one. My classroom is going to be an infant room. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger to accommodate 12 children with 12 cribs. So I'm going to go 30 by 30. So you see I have a blank slate. The first thing I want to do is add some of the facility necessities. So here I'm going to place a sink. The click button will rotate my sink until I get it where I want it to be. I need 2 sinks in here. I need one for a changing table area and one for regular hand washing and for kitchen duties. So then I have another sink over here. I use the duplicate item button here to make another one for myself. I'm going to need some doors so I can get in and out of this particular room. Door. And I think I'm going to put my doors over here. Again, rotate until I get it where I need it. Again, duplicate the item. Now I have 2 doors, 2 sinks, and that's really all the main items I need for that. Next, I'm going to add my Lakeshore items. Obviously, I'm in an infant room, so I'm going to go to their tab. And what could I add? I'm going to add a glider, or 2 gliders. We should have a rocker for our babies. They like to be held. I think I'm going to put these at a little bit of an angle, facing into the room a little bit. Next, I'm going to need some cribs. Where are my cribs? Infant and toddlers, cribs and changers. I'm going to add a crib. I would need 12 cribs for 12 babies, but for the sake of time, I'm going to add 3 for now. place them in the classroom. Oh, I need a changing table for those infants. Infants and toddlers, crib and changers, changing and storage. This one has a place for diapers and wipes and necessities, and it goes next to the diaper changing sink. The next thing I want to add is I want to add a carpet, a pretty carpet for the babies to play on. Let's get a nice big rug down here. This is where our kiddos are going to play. And then I think it would be a good idea to add, a mirror center. Babies love these. So when they're laying on the floor on the carpet, they can look at themselves. And I would like to add the table and chairs for the kiddos when they need to eat. So I'm going to go to table and chairs, easy clean toddler tables. So you notice everything kind of gets set into the center to begin with. Then you just move it to where you want it. And then I'm going to add a book storage. So I'm going to add book. Where is my book? There it is, no climb book stand. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to put in 2 of those. Along with the comfy chair. Oh, let's do the Just Like Home comfy chair. I'm going to add a rug here. A little bit smaller one for this area. Rotate my item around so it's there. Now we're going to add some classroom labels. We need to know what our areas are. So we have a sleeping area over here. And we're going to have our, where is our library area over here? And lastly, I'm going to label the eating area. Just have to find mealtime. And that over here is where we would serve our meals. So that's a brief overview of how we use this particular program. Once you've gotten your room completed with all the necessary equipment the equipment that you've chosen, the last thing you're going to do is view the list of Lakeshore items in your room and print. You're going to print item list with keyed layout. This will allow you to print both the room and the products that you've chosen without having to log in or create an account for this. This way, these are the pieces you're going to turn into me for your grade. So that's the last step, will be to print the item list with keyed layout. So have fun with your assignment, be as creative as possible, and I hope you enjoy using the Lakeshore Classroom Designer.